Are you having trouble beating this? I was too, but today I will show you how to beat Inner Agent 3 in Splatoon 2's Octo expansion. So I had used stick controls, and I had also turned sensitivity all the way up so you'd be able to react much quicker. If you use motion controls or anything like that, then that's completely fine, but this is what I recommend. Before I get into all the phases and everything though, I just want to put a disclaimer, this might not work, and I don't want people to go and be like, Flipper, you lied to me, why isn't this working, I'm so mad. So in phase 1, Agent 3 is going to jump to this specific point. It's never different in phase 1, it might differ in phase 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I'll get into that later. So you're going to go over there, which is going to cancel out the splashdown from doing any damage, and then you should be able to directly go towards Agent 3, and then corner them, and they'll be stuck there, and then they'll try to use their inkjet eventually, and you should already have enough hits in before they get to do any serious damage. So now during this time in between the phases, it would be a good idea to either ink the turf around you or recover ink. So another thing I should have probably mentioned is during this splashdown super jump part of the start of the phase, you should always make sure by the time that the splashdown is occurring and all the damage would usually be going on is be behind one of those pillars, because it'll cancel the damage and you'll just be safe back there. So this phase is actually the easiest out of the 5. It's really easy to just swim under the bubbles if you have enough turf inked under it, and if not, you can just quickly ink that turf. But you can easily go around Agent 3, which is going to be your best bet because you don't want to accidentally take any damage or anything, and go behind them, and then it's just free splat then. But you also need to be really careful because at the end, they're probably going to throw a auto bomb, which if it hits a bubble, it's going to burst immediately. By the way, here's another tip. It's for dodging the auto bombs. If you just swim or run towards them, then after it flashes for the first time, warning you it's about to explode, then just run, and it won't really be much of a problem to you anymore. So phase 3. What you're going to want to do for this one is just mainly avoid the bombs as much as you can. If there are too many, then just try to lure them away from Agent 3 so it won't be much of a problem. Definitely use the bombs dodging strategy I just mentioned, and yeah. Congratulations if you've gotten this far. This is phase 4. You are one phase from beating Inner Agent 3. This one is certainly a more difficult one, since Agent 3 is going to be up on the UFO type thing. You don't really need to worry about inking that much turf around you. You just need to have a good little spot close to the UFO where you can recover ink. Agent 3 still is going to use the auto bombs and everything. They're also going to just ink around randomly, so that's why I don't recommend trying to get a bunch of turf inked, because it's kind of counterproductive. So just going to want to throw a bomb up onto the UFO and then recover your ink and do that again. Also, another thing to note is the tent missiles. You can just wait for the little marker to tell you where the tent missile is gonna land is, and then run after that. But you're also gonna wanna not have the markers for the tent missiles be too close to your area where you have ink recovery, so they won't ruin that for you. Don't worry if you didn't splat Agent 3 the first time with your bombs. It's not timed at all, unless you're trying to get the world record or something. But the UFO is just gonna move around the stage, and you can just keep trying until you actually get them. Alright, this is the last phase. You are so close to actually beating this. So, all you gotta know is just keep behind the pillars during the splashdown, super jump type thing. But other than that, there's not really that much to know. Although you do have to be like really careful because they're still gonna use their splashdown um during the battle, and if you are too close, then that's probably just gonna completely end your run. And with that, you should have beaten Inner Agent 3 quite easily. This strategy may not work the first time or the second, and if it doesn't work at all, I apologize. But if it did, then congratulations. Have a golden toothpick. It literally like does nothing but shows your status of having beaten Inner Agent 3. But anyways, if this video helped you at all, don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'm just gonna show some footage I had gotten while I was playing.